What is going on, Millennial Morticians? We are live from the Paveo Memorial live streaming booth here at NFDA in Chicago. I want to thank them. They are the sponsors for today's video. Check them out at paveo.org. As you can see with us today, I have a very special guest, Mr. Rick from the Champion Company.
Thanks for having me, Jaden.
I'm
with the Champion Company.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you here. So I'm going to ask, what is it about Champion, about your products, that makes you different and the right fit for the Millennial Mortician audience?
We just really wanted people to be able to have good solutions, solutions to some of the issues they're facing, and so we try to offer them choices. We have different, what we call generations. So we have product lines that are for traditional use, formaldehyde base. We have reduced exposure, but we also have those that are completely formaldehyde free. And then we, for a while now, we've had the totally eco-friendly green line products too.
Incredible. So you really offer something for every generation of people, and you're trying to be inclusive with it as well. So always getting at that next generation of better products and building on what you've already developed. Yes. That's a powerful and impactful thing to do. My next question is, what is something big that Champion has been working on that you're excited about or that you want to talk about?
I think a big thing for me has been really getting out the message. For many times, we've learned that people in the industry get hooked to a specific brand, and maybe they always grown up and used something for years and years and years, and really haven't had the opportunity to truly experience some of the things that we can offer. So maybe we don't need them to switch their whole line out, but potentially there is something that we can do that can help them with jaundice, or something that can really help them with odor, or any type of initiatives there. So our goal now has really been getting that message out to the masses. And so one of the things that you may have noticed, we have something called the Mortuary Masterclass.
Wow.
So that takes some of our knowledge that we had in our expanding encyclopedias, and it puts it in audio form so people can listen to it, whether on Spotify or YouTube. You can watch it. It makes it simple, but brings practical embalming knowledge to people, and that they can listen and learn from. So we've gotten good responses to that.
Wow. So you're mixing in that technology. That's a big space. What would you say differentiates Champion from its competitors in the competition? What makes you guys different versus somebody who's maybe never heard of Champion or maybe have never tried your products?
I think it's making sure that we've always tried to have things out and put things out ahead of time. And we try to be innovative. So even with the products we have, many of which that people haven't experienced, unfortunately it's new to them. But we started years ago, we started with embalming kits. And we put the instructions inside, because many times you go to a funeral home and you're not sure, I haven't used this product. Well, here's the instructions right inside. It makes it simple for me to understand. And so we try to listen to what our customers are saying they're looking for. So that's what we've been working on.
Wow. So that digging into hearing what your clients have to say and what matters to them helps not just translate in the products, but in relationships with your customers. Do you have a lot of long-time existing customers that you've made connections with over the years?
Yes, we're really thankful to have a good, loyal group of customers. We were trying to think, how different bands and musicians have these names of their people. I'm like, what could we call the Champions? But no, we like that. We appreciate it. We're very appreciative for their support throughout the years, and they will have used us, and they've also been really championing us to other individuals, even here in Chicago. We've had many of them expressing to others why I like Champion, or why it's helped me, or what cases it's been able to help them for.
Yes, and this year your booth theme is a journey to remember. Can we dive into that, and where did that idea of going on a journey with the company, where did that come from? Where did it stem from?
It stemmed from the idea of journey to safer solutions. And we realized that wherever people are on their journey, maybe they're just starting, or maybe they're already there. We want them to be considering what it is I'm exposing myself to. So that's something that's been really helpful, especially with all the young people, and especially young women in the embalming industry now. Joining the schools, we want them to really be thinking about, hey, what am I exposing myself to? And where am I at on my journey to safer solutions? So we supply different items for different individuals.
That's a beautiful thing. And when you talk about that journey, you talk about safety and safer solutions and embalming fluid, can we talk about that Enigma line? Tell me a little bit more about that. That's really fascinating to hear about it. I've been able to smell it and see some of the product myself. Can you dive into that and explain to people what that line's really for and what the future of that looks like?
It was truly designed for people to be able to serve families that are requesting green or natural green services. And so many families want that. They want minimally invasive or non-toxic products being used. And so ours uses raw main ingredients. There's only 4 ingredients in those,
Wow.
but they're all eco-friendly and easy to make sure they're easy for the environment, and Green Barrel Council certified.
And they still have that preservation aspect in them.
We call it eco-balming because it's not embalming.
Whoa, I like that. I've never heard that word before. A new word.
Yes. It's designed to make sure to be able to have a service for the families and then them return to the earth. So it's not for long-term preservation,
Correct,
and that's
right.
what most of those families aren't looking for.
Right.
But it is something that has been able to, we've seen growth of it throughout the years, and
Right.
even more now. You'll hear a lot more reports of people and families and even green cemeteries.
Embalming. That's going to be the
Yeah.
new trademark word for you guys pretty soon. Is there what's the next? What can you see embalming going in the next 10 to 20 years with the rise in cremation and things of that nature? What's going to really differentiate the key players from those who are behind in the embalming space?
Good question. I think that is $1 million question that many people are trying to determine.
Right.
But I think it's all about understanding what their audience are. For funeral homes, it needs to be able to meet the needs of the families.
Correct.
And for when we are embalming bodies, we do the best work that we can.
Right.
So what we do matters. And so really for a family to see their loved one, that's so important. And to really be able to do a good job on that is very something that needs to be especially pushed. And so we want to provide quality solutions.
Right.
For people, when you are doing your work, that you can be proud of it, you can trust and feel confidence that it's handled right, and that the families are really satisfied with the results.
Well, incredible. Is there anything you want to say before we end the broadcast for today? Anybody want to shout out? Anything you want to say exciting that's going on with Champion?
Well, I want to say, actually, we're proud of you. Congratulations for continuing. I've mentioned this to you, what was it, yesterday?
Yes, sir.
You have very good discipline you've maintained, and we're really proud of the efforts that you've made, and we've seen the growth. So continue the good work, and thank you for having us on.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rick.
Thanks
I
a
appreciate
lot.
you guys.
Appreciate it.
Well, guys, as you know, I'm your host, Jaden Folks. This is the Millennial Mortician Podcast, a podcast that engraves. I hope it engraves your week when this episode is published, and I hope you guys enjoy and get to see more of Champion and Millennial Mortician together. I think they're looking forward to it. Catch you guys on the next one.